What's up, people? This is your boy Solo. What's the deal? Listen, it's 7:30 in the morning. That means your boy Solo haven't slept. You know, I have that problem and I can't sleep at night. But anyway, I was thinking, and I was thinking about some shit that happened to me in Puerto Rico. So I said to myself, why not give the people a little story? You know what I'm saying? It's been a while. I haven't done a story like this on my bed. Just me and the cell phone. You feel me? So anyway, this story is about Puerto Rico, and it's a story that is you know it's kind of bad what happened. You know what I'm saying? The story was about my ex-brother-in-law. I was going out with this girl. Her name was Sonia. May she rest in peace. She passed away a few years back. I heard like somewhere like in the 80, maybe in 89, 90, maybe 90, 91 she passed away. But anyway, it was a beautiful girl named Sonia. You could say she was like my first real true love. You understand what I'm saying? The first girl that I ever lived with. And I'm talking about in Puerto Rico. I moved into this little house that somebody lent me. Somebody lent me a house in Puerto Rico, and that's how it is in Puerto Rico back in the days, back in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about how is it now, but back in the 80s, people was cool like that. So there was a dude that he was not living in his house, and he gave me the house. You know, he said, "Little, long as I take care of the house, fix it up, straighten out the backyard and all that stuff, and plant, plant avocado, bananas, Puerto Rico style, man. You become a farmer. You understand what I'm saying? And you get to learn all that stuff. So that was the bet. Okay, I'll take care of your house. You're going to let me stay there. I'll take care of your house, and everything is good. Fine, that's how it was. So anyway, Sonia, like I said, was one of my first love. And when I first started with Sonia, me and Sonia used to meet up in her brother's house, in Sonia's brother's house, aka my brother-in-law. And that's because my grandfather didn't like the idea that I was seeing a girl. You understand what I'm saying? My grandfather was old-fashioned, plus he was hating like a motherfucker. Because being honest to you guys, Sonia went out with my brother Frankie for like 3 weeks. They just went out like for about 3 weeks. They never had sex, none of that shit. She just went out with Frankie and that was it. It was 3 weeks and she left Frankie and that was it. And like about 4 years later, I came in the scene. Maybe 3. I came in the scene. And that's when I went back to, we moved to Puerto Rico. So, long story short, my grandfather didn't like the idea. So we used to meet in her brother's house. So one day, I'm chilling. I'm right there with Sonia. We looking at TV. Who was living in Sonia's brother's house was Sonia's brother, Sonia, and Sonia's brother's wife. And what was his name? Oh God, oh man, I'm trying to think of his name. Was it David? I think it was David. I'm not sure, but I think it was David. But anyway, Angel? Angel? Anyway, I don't know if it was Angel or David. One of those stories. But let's call him David. David is Sonia's brother. So, like I said, I was chilling, watching TV, in love, you know what I'm saying, keeping it fishy. I was 16 going on 17, you understand what I'm saying, in love. So I'm chilling, looking at TV with, my girl Sonia and stuff like that. So here comes David. And David is drunk, twisted. I'm talking about this man was drinking tequila. Not tequila, what we call joncaña. And that is moonshine. Moonshine liquor, bro. That shit is no joke. No joke. So homeboys come in and it's cold. I got the air conditioner on, it's freezing. So homeboy's coming on, he comes in and he's twisted. I could see it, Sonia could see it, we could smell it, and his paws, his body smells like straight up alcohol. So he comes in, he's trembling, he's trying to make jokes and stuff like that, it's all coming up bad because he's drunk. So the next thing you know, he goes and he tells me and Sonia, all right, guys, chill, relax. I'm going to go to the room and I'm going to turn on the TV. This is what he's telling me and Sonia, that he's going to go to the room, he's going to turn on the TV, and he's going to relax with his wife. Boom. That's what we thought was going to happen. And plus, his wife was pregnant at that time. So he goes into the room. He locks the door, just like what he said. Everything was good until about like 10 minutes. Now, we start hearing they had like a little there was arguing, like a little something. It was not loud and it was not quiet. So while they going all out, blah, 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 I'm chilling right here with Sonia. I'm telling Sonia, I said, Sonia, you want me to leave? I think it's time for me to leave, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, nah, don't go nowhere. That's my brother. He's going to probably sleep it off, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Once this girl gets him some food, he'll eat that and just pass out and go to sleep. So I'm like, all right, no problem. So now, like I said, Sonia's brother was a good dude. Real good dude, man. I mean, a sweetheart. But when he used to drink, you already know, the beast used to come out. So once again, we chilling. The argument is starting to get louder and louder and louder. So now, all I hear is, homeboy's wife, David's wife, starts screaming, "Don't hit me, don't hit me." She was saying, "Don't hit me, I'm pregnant." So now I looked at Sonia and I said, Sonia, it's getting crazy, I said, she's pregnant. So Sonia got up real quick, knocked on the door. This dude, David, came out and said, I'm fucking, I'm busy, like, I'm busy in Spanish. So Sonia knocks on the door again. He said, listen, David, everything is okay. So he screams out in Spanish, yeah, everything's okay. You sit down and just mind your business. So I tell Sonia, I say, come on, sit down, come on, it's true, mind your business. Saying, as long as, he's not hitting her, everything is good. So the next Sonia comes and she's down, she sits right next to me. Like 20 seconds later, all I hear is a smack, blah, and another one, blah. So right there, I'm a man. I know how it is. I got sisters, I got a mother, I got sisters, and believe me, I grew up with my stepfather hitting my mom's, and that was like a flashback. So I told Sonia, I said, Sonia, go over there and see what's going on, man, because, this lady's pregnant, Bill. This lady's pregnant, he could wind up hurting her. So now I'm telling Sonia this, but and inside I'm getting tight, I'm getting angry, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, it's giving me flashbacks with my mom's. My mom's getting beat up with my step-pops. So Sonia goes and opens the door. While she opens the door, this dude, David, is on top of his wife. Remember, his wife is like 5 months, 6 months pregnant, something like that. And he's on top of her, like choking her. Thank God, I told Sonia to open that door. He was literally choking her. The lady was red. Red. I'm talking about, bro, I say in about another 30 seconds, would have, not even, I say about another 15, 20 seconds, she would have been dead. So when Sonia sees that, the first thing Sonia does is she gets on top of him and she pulls him off. She grabs him by the neck and she pulls him off. So when she pulls him off, now this dude is skinny, but he's strong. He's a strong man. David was like about 25 at that time. I was like, like I said, going on 17. So Sonia pulls her brother out, grabs him by the neck, pulls him out. He gets mad. He turns around and punches Sonia, his sister. He punched his sister in the face. Boom! Once he punched in the face, that's when I said, oh, no, wait a minute. This is going too crazy now. Not only he's trying to kill his wife, now he punches his sister in the face, and that's my girl. So as a boyfriend, as a man, I'm going to go defend my girl. So I go over there and I grab David. I say, yo, David, chill, man. Chill. That's your sister, bro, and look what you did to your wife. So the dude comes and he pushes me. Bang! He pushes me like to my chest, you know what I'm saying? I go back a little bit. I look at the dude and I'm like, yo, David, bro, chill. He swings. When he swings at me, I ducked, and I didn't hit him. I just ducked and grabbed him. When I grabbed him, you know, I like picked him up and threw him on top of his bed, like boom. Like if I was on a body slam, if the bed would not have been there, it would have been a body slam. But I picked him up and I put him in the bed, like letting him know, like chill, bro, chill. So what happens? The dude gets mad. Forget about it, bro. You can see the smoke coming out that man's ears. He goes under his bed and he pulls out what we call in Puerto Rico a machete. Well, and I think it's in English the machete. The thing, the big ass things that you see people in Africa and Puerto Rico cutting the grass, chopping that grass down. That's a machete. In Spanish, is machete. So he grabs the machete, bro. I'm thinking that he's just gonna pull it out and just tell me, yo, back up, blah blah blah. No, he swings it. When he swings it, thank God he was drunk, because he went out of balance and he went right back to the bed. So when he swang, but he swang bad, because if he would have swang and he would have been a stable mind, he would have got me. He would have got me right on my shoulder. He would have got me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was not too quick to bob. You know what I'm saying? Because I moved back. So he would have got me. So when he did that, he got back up real quick, and I said, yo, this nigga's serious. Now, I didn't have nothing on me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have nothing on me. So he runs after me, bro, like, yeah. You know, the dude had the devil face, bro. So he runs, ah. So I'm like, yo, fuck this shit. So, like I said, I don't got nothing. So I jetted out the house. So when I turned around like this, the nigga still after me. So I just started going. So now, in Puerto Rico, you see, if I want to go to my grandfather's house, all I had to do was just climb this hill. But I couldn't do that because, first of all, you know what I'm saying, if I would have climbed that hill, the hill could be slippery sometimes. You got to know what you're doing. And while you're running kind of fast, something that you're not going to do it, you could fall. And I was not trying to fall. So what I did was I went the long way. So I just ran the long way. So what happened is I get to my grandfather's house I took the long way. I get there in about 15 minutes. After me leaving Sonia's house, I ran, and then I stopped and I walked the rest. It was a long way. But now Sonia, she took the hill. Remember, I jetted. So when I get to my grandfather's house, Sonia and Sonia's sister-in-law, David's wife, is in my grandfather's house. If I would have went up the hill, I would have got there about in 3 minutes. 2 minutes, the most. 2 minutes. But I had to take the long way, So when I get there, I see Sonia. Sonia runs to me and she hugs me, saying, my grandfather said, yo, what happened? Everything's okay. My grandfather's there. My mom's there. Frankie's there. My brother Frankie, the whole family. Everybody's downstairs in the main house. So now, I'm letting you know what's going on. Sonia told him what was going on. I didn't do nothing to him. I tried to just stop it. And he went crazy. Now, when all this is going on, something just told me turn around. When I turn around, I see a car coming, and it was him. So I'm thinking that he's gonna come out and be like, "Yo, I'm sorry," blah blah. No, he comes out the car and with the damn machete, machete on him in his hand. He comes out the car and he got that shit on his hand, bro. So I'm like, okay, but this time I got inside my grandfather's house, bro, there's 10 of them. So I grabbed one of them, and the one that I grabbed was the brand new one, because I remember, but it was shiny like a motherfucker. You feeling me? It was shiny. So I grabbed the brand new one. I run out, and listen to me, bro. I never had a fight like that. And if this would have been back in the days in the Roman times and stuff like that, you could say I had a sword fight. You feel me? So we was getting it on, but I'm talking about bing, bing, bing. You could hear the blades hitting each other. So my grandfather, he grabs another one, And now he runs right next to me like that. Me and my grandfather could go and just twist this dude. But David was not stupid. So when David saw that my grandfather was coming with another one, with another machete, David just turned around and just started running. He left his car and everything. He started running. And he dropped the machete. Idiot. So when he dropped the machete, boom, he ran. I grabbed the machete, boom. I gave it to my grandfather. And when my brother Frankie goes to his car, when my brother Frankie looks at his car, David left the key. So not only he left his car, he left the key. So now you know he got to come back to pick up his car. So what happens, bro? Like about 5 minutes later, David comes. In Spanish, yo, let me talk, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't give David no time for that. No time for that, bro. You came at me with a machete, bro, and then you're gonna come to my grandfather's house and you're gonna try to, come out with the machete again? So what I did, he wanted to talk, but what I did, boy, I just ran over there and we just started going at it. I mean, I ain't gonna front. David was nothing. It was like a 2-minute thing, but it was 2 minutes of me just whipping on David. Seriously, not because I'm saying blah blah. I'm not tooting my horn. It's the truth. I was just whipping on David. My grandfather came out and said, "Yo, that's enough. That's enough." You know what I'm saying? He stopped it. You know what I'm saying? So, I looked at David, and I felt bad for him because the dude is all busted, his nose, his lip, and I felt bad for him. And I looked at him and said, "David, I always respected you. You older than me. I mean, I wasn't trying to do anything to you, but I was just trying to stop you from hurting your wife, your baby." You know what I'm saying? And maybe because I whipped him and all this shit that was going on, he started sobering it up. He started sobering. And, he was like, now he's like responsible. He's responsive now. You know what I'm saying? And he's not like the drunk, like, it sobered him up. The whipping sobered him up, bro. So he was like, "No, I'm sorry. It's just, it was me and my wife, and you know what I'm saying, I'm a man," and I'm like, "David, I understand that. I understand that." This is me talking to him in broken Spanish. And I'm like, "David, I understand that. But your baby, you was the top of your wife. Your weight, David. David, I know you skinny. I know you weigh 130 pounds wet. But, bro, that's 130 pounds on your wife's stomach, B." So, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, deep down inside, David knew he was wrong. Was I wrong? No. I wanted to save him, his kid, and his wife. I was not wrong about that. Hold on, I'm doing a video real quick. I was not wrong about that. I did what I had to do. Now, by him coming back with a machete and you know what I'm saying, and I pull one out, is because, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna let you come in and hurt me or hurt one of my family members. And for my grandfather coming out with another one, and they looked like me and my grandfather was double teaming him, well, you could say we did. You could say we did. You understand what I'm saying? Because my grandfather did that because I'm not from Puerto Rico. I never dealt with no machete fighting, bro, like sword to sword fight. I never done that, B. Knife to knife, hand to hand, yeah, but I never done none of that stuff. So, but my grandfather was impressed. My grandfather was impressed with me, man. He was like, "Yo, I never, my grandfather never thought." He knew I used to box and everything, but he never used to give me the respect that he used to give Peter until that day. Until that day, my grandfather looked at me in a whole different way. And the next day, my mother told him, because my mother used to warn him sometimes when he used to mess with me, my mother used to warn him, "Papi, not him. He's beautiful and everything, but not him. Don't be screaming at him. He's like I say, he's a loose cannon." My mother used to warn my grandfather, because my grandfather was very, very, very harsh. Very harsh. Very, very harsh, man. Seriously. We moved to Puerto Rico 3 times, and 3 times we came back because he was too strict. My mother had 7 kids, and the man was still trying to tell my mother what to do. When to go to sleep. When to wake up. Seriously. No lie. It's crazy, right? But with all due respect, my grandfather was my idol, man. I loved him, man. May he rest in peace, man. You know, I loved him with all my heart and then some. But the man was too much. And you know something? It was meant to be, because if he was not the way he was, I would have been raised in Puerto Rico. I would have been in Puerto Rico from the age of what? When we went over here, I was 16. I would have been in Puerto Rico with the age of 16. My life probably would have been really, really, really different. Or I probably would have been dead in Puerto Rico. Who knows? You understand what I'm saying? But I do know one thing. It probably would have been better than what it is now. Because in Puerto Rico, you know what I'm saying? And one thing about Puerto Rico, I would have been up there and I knew the English. So that could have been easy for me and a good job. San Juan, you know what I'm saying, hotels, stuff like that, because of my English. That would have been beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the story, man. This is me, K.Solo, and this is the K.Solo Show, a.k.a. Rikers Island Stories, a.k.a. the Ghetto Gossip Show, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the story. You already know all my stories is true. I'm not promoting no violence. But I speak about violence, and I speak about things that happen to me, things that I know that happen to other people, and stories that I heard that people has told me. You understand what I'm saying? So hope you guys enjoyed the story. Once again, God bless all you out there, man. Definitely, God bless all you out there. Seriously, you heard? Heck Tech, what up, baby? You already know, heck, get that check. Everybody out there, letting pay, man, holler at me, baby. I need to talk to you about some things. And you already know, J99, Bobby Johnson. You already know, baby, TSTB, Mayhem, The Truth. Oh, man, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Daddy Yankee, you already know, CeeLo Conga, Yoka Fish, Australia. All you guys out there, man, that been a part of the K.Solo Show, man. I love you guys, man. Definitely love you guys, man. So if any of you guys see this video, and I'm speaking about CeeLo Conga, Daddy Yankee, know what's up. Australia, a few people that don't know what's up, man. I'm trying to plan something for next month, and I know I'm not gonna get everybody, but I want certain dudes that, you know what I'm saying, if you guys ain't busy, I want certain dudes, man, to come up, and I want to do a one night show with the crew that I used to have back then. That, you know, like I said, the names that I named just now. You know, guys, if you see this video, hit me up and let me know, man, and I will plan the date. Like that, we could just blow up one night, man, like we used to. Start at 8 o'clock and leave the shit like at 12. That's how we used to get down on the K.Solo Show. You heard? Anyway, God bless you guys, and I see you guys, man. Hope you guys enjoy the story. Please hit that like. Please hit that like, all right? And don't forget, once in a blue moon, hit that Cash App. It's been a minute. Salute. See you guys later, man. Peace.